So we had air and ground operations dispatched. Early this morning, we commenced those operations, and we were able to positively identify the aircraft involved. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Battalion Chief Konoho for more of those details. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For the record, my name is Solomon Konoho, Battalion Chief with the Kauai Fire Department. I do have a prepared statement, so if you'd bear with me. Like the Mayor mentioned before, yesterday afternoon, we received notification of an overdue tour helicopter with 7 people on board, including the pilot. The U.S. Coast Guard coordinated search and rescue efforts, along with additional resources from the United States Navy Pacific Missile Range Facility, the Kauai Fire Department, the Kauai Police Department, the State Department of Land and Natural Resources, as well as the Civil Air Patrol. In combined efforts with the local helicopter tour companies and the Hawaii National Guard. This morning at approximately 0930 hours, our resources located debris from the missing aircraft in a remote area of Kuau'i. At this time, we have no actionable information on the status of the passengers. Our ground and air crews continue to search for survivors. In addition to searching for survivors, we are focusing on identifying and establishing contact with family members of the passengers on the flight manifest. The NTSB has also been notified, and the lead investigator is en route. Upon our request, the FAA has issued a temporary flight restriction in the vicinity of the search area, and we will be providing you more information when it becomes available. Thank you.
Once again, we'd like to offer our sincerest thoughts and prayers. I would like to reassure the family members and friends of all of those involved that we are sending out as much resources as we possibly can. And once again, as we get more information, we will be issuing them out in further press releases. Thank you very much.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the passengers, male, female, ages, locals, visitors?
We're still in the process of trying to notify family members. What I can tell you is that there's 2 different sets of family members that were on the aircraft. Party of 2 and a party of 4. But that's all I can tell you right now.
The site of the crash, did you guys understand that that was part of the original planned route for the helicopter? I understand they often take the same tours. Where the crash site was, does that seem in line with where they had planned to fly?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and it was along the prescribed route that all of the tour helicopters normally fly.
I know that there are 2 minors in the party. Does that belong to one family or?
Once again, at this time, I cannot give you that information pending contact and with the family.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the pilot? How many hours flight experience?
At this time, I don't have the information on that. As far as the fire department, we're just focusing on the search operation at this time.
Is there anything about yesterday's weather patterns that's influencing possible theories as to why it would have crashed?
Nothing that I can confirm. As you know, prior to this incident, we did experience some very bad weather conditions, and we are going to be following up with additional information when the NTSB arrives on scene.
Aside from the search area, are all other tourist helicopter flights proceeding as normal today?
So in the interest of public safety, we did ask the FAA to have that temporary flight restriction to still allow other companies to fly their routes. So there is a ceiling and a limit that they are all aware of that they cannot proceed or venture into to interrupt the search operations.
You mentioned that you were also using private helicopter tour companies to also aid in the search. Is there anything that you're double checking with those companies to ensure that they're flying at the right safety standards, flying with the right pilots, or just allowing them to continue business as usual?
So we did have a coordinated effort. As you know, it's a very tight community here on Kuau'i. So a lot of the companies did want to offer their assistance. However, safety is paramount both for Coast Guard, the U.S. Navy and all other assets. We try to hold off and try to assign and have them coordinate with the Joint Operations Center through the U.S. Coast Guard at that time.
And the family that owns the company, have they been cooperative with your questions or come in to help clarify what may have gone wrong?
You know, I cannot speak for that part of it, only because I was more involved in a search operation.
What were the weather conditions like today while the first responders were searching?
Well, what I can tell you is what I know off of the report. There were 25 mile an hour or 25 knot winds coming from the north. The conditions did change to more of what we call our trades from the north and northeast, and they actually became a little bit more favorable for our crews and their search operations.
Do you know what weather conditions were like yesterday around 5 o'clock in that area?
I'll have to get back to you on that one, just to confirm.
Do we have any information on the model of helicopter and the condition that it went out in this flying?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was what we normally see here on Kauai, which is the A-Star type Euro type helicopter. But I do need to reconfirm that, and I can get back to you on that as well.
You've been involved with several searches over the years. Was this a larger, more extensive search using the Navy, the Coast Guard, et cetera? Or was it about what happens in the usual process over the years?
That was a very good question, Mr. Wiley. Having served before on the rescue, the time of day when the report came in, it kind of limited our capability as far as the Kauai Fire Department is concerned. That's why we contact was also made with the U.S. Coast Guard to assist. They have that, what we call night vision capability. So they did assist with us before, and then we also have a request that we put in with additional assets.
All right, we're gonna take one more question because I got to get these folks back to work. This is an ongoing operation, and so we'll take one more question.
You mentioned there was a search for survivors. What did you find up to this point that leads to believe there's a possibility?
Well, we still hold out hope. I can't, because I'm not there on scene. I have several companies there that are working the scene right now. I will try to get an update for you at our next press conference.
Do you have a timing for that?
Not at this time, no.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and once again, we're working very hard to have this operation be successful. So thank you.
Thank you.